Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting Action Figure Friday, and today we have something super cool that I'm very excited for. Today we have another NECA Godzilla head-to-toe figure, and today it's the Godzilla King of the Monsters poster version, with apparently an awesome 3D diorama, so I'm anxious to check this out. So of course, you know I've been collecting all the Godzilla NECA figures. I am still pretty much a noob to the world of Godzilla, though I have watched every single Godzilla film ever made leading up to, the modern King of the Monsters movie, and I loved that. And I think I'm mostly a, now I'm blanking on the era, Heisei period fan, even though I do appreciate Showa era and Millennium and everything else. But I thought this is going to be a pretty cool King of the Monsters figure as well, and I gotta have them all because I really, really love the Big G, and I'm anxious to check this out. So, of course, I love they have switched to this window box packaging like they do with their other horror lines, and of course you get another look at the poster in there, and I think he's beautifully displayed in here with some nice atomic breath happening and everything. Not entirely sure if they called it atomic breath back in the original. And for those of you that don't know, this is essentially the original 54 Godzilla, but this is obviously the poster version from the American release, where they added Raymond Burr and cut a bunch of stuff around and just made it very different. Both versions are good, but obviously the original Japanese version is far superior. They also kind of redid that with the 1984-1985 Godzilla, which I still haven't been able to find the 1985 American version, but I will one day. All right, so we're gonna pull all this out. As you can see, it's just kind of a flat base here. This one's actually coming out a little bit different. Ah, I see. So that's what they mean by a 3D diorama, is actually this whole thing. Oh, actually, no, it does look like it builds out into something. Oh yeah, because there's more cardboard back here. Okay. Interesting. And then they just have tips for the tails. As you guys know, I prefer the hairdryer method, about 20 seconds blasting that end on a hairdryer, and then boom, and it's all good. But I was hoping that was instructions for the diorama, because I'm not entirely sure how this is supposed to come around. It looks like I'm supposed to cut pieces and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, you cut away the excess. Okay. Cut away the excess. And then, I don't understand. I'm not exactly sure how this piece would go together. I'm assuming then that's somehow supposed to slide into that. And maybe this loops through there. Instead of instructions for the tails, how about instructions for your diorama? Yeah, I think that's all it is they're really just kind of making this background poster thing, but giving you a front piece to it. So that's actually a little bit of a letdown. And maybe that's meant to be more of a standing base in the back. I think that's what that is. It's supposed to be like legs for the back stand here, so maybe. Maybe not. I'm not really entirely sure. We'll figure this out in a minute, though. Let's get to the actual action figure. That actually has me a little bit disappointed, because I was like, oh, I thought we were going to get some kind of slightly higher quality material. Now, I'm tired of dealing with these twist ties, so I'm just going to get in here with some scissors and just get to it. And then we got kind of these rubberized ones. Be careful, kids. Don't cut your fingers off. And this one, I think we're just going to get from the front in just a second. So, how easy or not will he come out? Good, that's out. Oh man, I can already tell the paintwork on this is phenomenal. And probably one of the more interesting ones they've done. So, all right, this isn't not really in there, so we'll just not even deal with cutting that out. Okay, let's move all this crap out the way. Let's see if we can get lucky enough to do this without having to do the hairdryer trick. Probably not. Part of the problem is just getting a good grip without killing yourself on the spiky tail. This one looks like it's gonna be more difficult than ever. So we'll be right back. Okay, so that was trickier than usual. I actually had to do it a couple of times because that tail was a little bit harder to deal with, but we got it. And now we have Godzilla. And I will call him Godzilla here, not Gojira, like he was in the original Japanese, obviously. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just a really stellar repaint of the original 54. It's the 65th anniversary of Godzilla. I keep wanting to say 65, but the original 1954 Gojira. But I do love the paint on here, particularly in the spines and everything. That's pretty fantastic. All right, let's do the quick little rundown here of the articulation. Of course, you do have an articulated jaw for opening and closing, and the head doesn't really move there, but you got some nice neck articulation happening there. You don't get a real lot of up and down, but of course you get plenty of side to side. The shoulders don't move too much, but they really shouldn't to stay true to the original suit. Lots of range of movement here in the elbows. You do get a single jointed, but you can twist and pivot. You do get a little of the rock, paper, scissors, I think, here. Not a whole lot, but you do get some, and of course you can twist the hand all around, and you can actually, carefully, I think my joints are just a little stiff. Come on, we'll try it with the other hand because I don't want to break it on camera. You should be able to move these fingers in and out, but I think that's just really stiff joint work because I think you're supposed to be able to close it down for like a punch. That does not want to, but you can see there's articulation in there, so I don't know what the deal is there, but I don't want to break it on camera, so I'm not going to force it too much. I'll play with it later. A little bit of a waist happening there, a little bit of back and forth, a little bit more than you're getting anywhere else. The legs, of course, kind of pivot around like that. You do get some twist in the knee area a little bit, but the knee doesn't really have much articulation at all. And of course, you get a lot of range of movement, or at least spinning, twisting on the feet here, no up and down. The tail, of course, you get some articulation right here. It's about every 2 rungs as usual, but I already kind of have a problem with this one, and at least these match. There's no more articulation out the tail, but you'll notice you can't, I mean, that tail is gonna stay, it's gonna lean him forward. You're gonna have a hard time getting him positioned, you know, but I mean, it works. It's just, I'd like to get that up just a little bit more, just a hair more, but it is what it is. And of course you have the atomic breath thing here, which pretty much, let's see, is there a specific hole? Can't really tell if there's a specific way it goes in there, but yeah, and there you go. Now he's flaming the citizens of Japan. That is a really awesome looking Godzilla figure. Now if I could just figure this out. Tell you what, give me just a minute. Well, I looked on the internet, I may need to look again, but I didn't really get much joy out of what I was looking for. So let's just go ahead and cut this and let's see if anything becomes a little more obvious as to what we're supposed to do here. Because, you know, like I said, I'm not entirely sure how this diorama is supposed to go together. I mean, if it was just cut away these pieces and use it as a standing bit, I would make sense, but then I have the back flap and we have little things we can kind of, you know, slot into, so it's got me kind of confused. Because again, I'm wondering, and like, there's something greasy in here too, which is gross. I need to wipe my hands off, hold on. I guess just some like leftover oils from the, oh yeah, look at that. You can kind of, can you see that? See how there's like a, that's weird. Something greasy, man, and that was not me. Yeah, gross. All right, let's go ahead and cut this part out as well. At least it's less greasy surface area. I don't know if that came from the toy manufacturer or something happened in packaging and shipping, but that, you know, nothing like having it be a little bit slimy. Okay, we got the sides cut out. That's what I'm saying, like, I feel like somehow that would slot in there, but then what does this do? It doesn't make sense. Does it just come around and bolster it up? Maybe. Yeah, I guess that's kind of, oh, okay. Maybe I'm just overcomplicating this. Yeah, I guess you would just slide this through there. Let's try that. Well, no, that's not gonna work. Huh. Does it go like that and then no? Huh. There's probably something like super simple to this that I'm just a total idiot and I'm just totally missing. And then why does this have more cardboard on that piece than it has over here? Hold on. Okay, I think I figured it out. I was not able to find anything on the net, but it looks like I'm supposed to fold those around and then fold these flaps in so I can slot into there. But the one problem I'm still having is that then is very awkward setting down. Like, I don't know that I can really show you because it's, you know, these are not flat. So that's kind of weird, but this is probably about as close as I'm gonna get to figuring out the diorama. So we're just gonna go with that. And then that also makes sense why they have the little cutout there so the tail can actually go on out beyond it. And you can kind of move him like that, so. All right, well there you go. There is the 54 Godzilla with the greasy diorama that I was not expecting. Or maybe he had to pee real bad and Goji peed all over the box, I don't know. But yeah, ultimately this is a very nice looking Godzilla. I just wish they had given me clearer instructions on how I'm supposed to do this, and then I wish I didn't have like this greasy all over my package. It's really weirding me out. But let me know, what do y'all think about this one? Is he cool? Did you have trouble? Did you figure out the diorama immediately? Geek out with me in the comments. I definitely love to hear what you have to say. Other than that, you can click that thumbs up button if it's not busy being greasy and you miss. And give me the good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged. And I guess I'm gonna get out of here, wash my hands, and go watch or open up some more stuff. I'll see you all later.